Yo, what's good, Green Screen Entertainment sympathizers? Your homie Jay Greene coming in hot right now with my review for A Good Person. Now, this movie was directed by Zach Braff, remember most for his breakthrough role in 2022's Cheaper by the Dozen. And it stars Morgan Freeman and Florence Pugh. Now, if you've never heard of this movie and you have no idea what it's about, you'd be forgiven. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, when I sat down to watch this movie, I was in the same boat. Prior to getting my tickets, I'd only heard whispers of a movie starring Morgan Freeman and Florence Pugh and maybe saw like half of a teaser on IG, which definitely made it obvious to me that somebody in finance left marketing out of the budget. I would say probably about 15% of the budget went to the script, 15% to the director, and then you got about 69% going to Lucius Fox and Elena, which I think was money well spent because this movie was great. Now, for the most part, this movie basically follows Allison, whose life falls apart after a fatal accident. This movie deals with things like trauma, guilt, what people will do to grieve when dealing with loss, or what they might even use to cope with certain life issues and situations that become challenging. One thing that I think that this movie does really well is allowing the characters' stories to unfold over the course of the film. In the beginning, we get to see Allison living her life before it all falls apart. We're talking about living happy, she's in love, you know, fairy tale-ish. Now, even though we're introduced to her in kind of this fairy tale type life, we do get some mention of family issues and situations kind of in the background as a bit of an afterthought. Then after the accident, as she's trying to continue on in this journey called life, even though she doesn't really want to, the people that she meets along the way bring a deeper level of understanding and development to some of those things that we heard at the top of the movie, as if like there might be some little drama brewing underneath the surface. So even though the movie focuses on Allison, we're still gonna learn a lot more about her fiance, her mom, Daniel, his granddaughter, and everybody else. And because of that, for me, by the end of the movie, I felt like I'd been with these characters their entire lives. I really felt connected to what had happened to them in the past and what was happening to them in this current time. In this movie, Morgan Freeman delivers a performance that's funny, caring, charming, and even ruthless at times. Proving once again that this man is a legend in the game and he can do it all. And if you've been following my homie Florence, then you know she can hold it down too. And in this one, she's playing it sweet, playful, and even hopeful prior to this life-altering accident. And you're buying into her for sure. And then after this life-altering accident, we see a completely different person. Someone who's desperately trying to move on in life, but continues to run away from her truth, which is ultimately what's causing her demise. This is the type of movie that as you're following a protagonist going through some of these like life situations that are really pulling them down, you're just waiting for them to get moving forward in the right direction, and then the bad guy pops up. Some random person that's gonna show up and purposely try to sabotage our protagonist. Now, I'm not saying that nobody in this movie is or isn't that, and I'm not saying that there's no situations in this movie that are or aren't that. It just feels as natural as normal life. And what I liked about that is that as everything was unfolding throughout the film, it never really felt like the film was spoon feeding you information. It was like coming naturally in conversations and people that she would probably run into it legitimately. So it really felt like real life just kind of playing out on the screen, which I thought was great. There are some aspects about this film or in this film that might be hard to watch at times, possibly even triggering for some people. But the way that the story is told and is presented to us, in my opinion, was beautiful. And definitely, I think it is worthy of a trip to the cinema. Now, I didn't really want to give you too much on the actual plot of the film, just kind of speak to some of the elements, a little bit of the way the story might be going and acting and stuff like this. And the reason why is because I didn't want to give away anything that might be coming that would affect how you respond when you're actually watching this movie. I want y'all to go in fresh, as you know I love to do when it's a really good film. So hopefully y'all go check this one out. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I know that your time is valuable. With all that said, your homie, Jay Greene, I'm out.